All right, so the episode 2 of the Monimatical equations building a solid digital portfolio is going to be phenomenal. So how do we go about it? So we said today we're going to be looking at a few things that building your portfolio, digital portfolio. I've given us an intro last week. If you've not watched the video, I would advise you go there to the YouTube channel and watch the video, because we wouldn't repeat what we have done last week, and we continue like that. So we gave a general overview of this digital investment or digital portfolio building. Okay, so quickly I'm going to just go through one or two important aspects of this space, and then you can, all right, decipher from important, more detailed stuff again too around the space. Right. So first, we've talked about, we say we have 3 segments of this. We talked about the first segment, and we say we take it upside down. Money market, the cash liquidity pillar, the capital market, the long-term wealth pillar, and then the third one is the digital alpha, the growth pillar. But before we go there, I quickly want to, if you have your pen and paper, I was going through some very fantastic episode last week. And then I got a lot of information. A letter that was sent by one of the popular American, richest man sometime. They call him J.D. Rockefeller. Rockefeller sent a letter that contained about 9 points to his child. And then I was wow with that. The content, the first principle he put there in the letter was hardship. It's either hardship build you or hardship break you. So it depends on how you see hardship and how you respond to hardship. So it means hardship is not a hard thing, because he came from such background. I will not go to those details. And then the second is persistence create power. Persistence create power. We talk about Abraham Einstein and all of this consistency in electricity, bulb, and all of those things. He said, love your work, right? Love your work or you suffer. So it all depends on what you see, what you are doing as, or either you play laxity with it or whatever. He said money is fire. So it means what you see money as, how do you react to it, how do you handle it? He said money is fire. It's either it warm a home or it burn it down. So it's either the money warm home or it could burn or set the whole house ablaze on fire. We all know what it means. It's a business is a war. That there was a record of, Rockefeller is the owner of Standard Oil in America. That at the point it controls about 90% of American oil in several crazy amount of money. 90%, one person, and then 10% to others. And he said there was a kind of competition aligned with the pipeline of Standard Oil. I think he find a way around the rail and all of that, and he bought and destroyed it. So he bought it and destroyed. So it's a business, it's a war. So you must see that you're actually going through a war and prepare for it. It's a negotiation, it's a battlefield. So there are criteria he made about negotiation, environment, and other things that you probably have to prepare around negotiating your own bid. He said reinvest or die broke. What? He said reinvest or die broke. He emphasized that how you should live on 10% and then build on 90%. He said reinvest or die broke. And coincidentally, this reinvest or die broke, that's number 8. Then number 9 is a reputation outlives riches. Money disappears, but reputation echoes continuously. So it means in all these, there's a need for power, control, and of course, integrity. when it has to do with business. Now, Buffett, so we're talking about investment today, and I told you we're going to be looking at automation, copy trading, and thank God we have about 3 segments of our copy system. Now, Warren Buffett, 6 rules for money. Discipline builds empire. Now, I told us about this last week. Don't lose capital. And many times I've been telling people about some of those information, all right? And then saying, hey, you know what? If I give you $500 to start trading today, and you trade for 1 year, and after 1 year you come back, and I check your log, you are able to bring back the $500 to me. I know the following year you will do well. Now, go and check. Very, very, very rare for you to see traders that have not added money, especially those ones that are making noise. I've checked it round. Even ask yourself, I've seen over and again, they blow the account, they load another money. In fact, it's easy on prop firm. Some say, oh, it's because I do not have big money. Yes, big money is an advantage. That's the truth. Say, because I do not have big money, that's why I'm blowing my account. If I can go and buy 100K account or 200K account, I wouldn't blow the account. Fortunately, at the channel level, they blow like 2, 3 accounts. When they manage to pass, then when they get to the live account, they still blow the money. So the question you now ask, what is the problem? So trading is actually simple, but it's not easy because it's boring. And most of us are not ready to get boring when it has to do with business. And that, if I give you $500 to trade, and after 1 year you come back, we check your record that the only first deposit was that $500. And after 1 year, you are still able to show $500 again in that account, then I will give you kudos. In fact, many persons do that. When it comes to crypto, they are different ball game entirely. I've done that to somebody during when Bitcoin was still average of $6,000 per Bitcoin, and he bought half and his fraction. So what he has there was 0.6 BTC, 0.63 BTC at about 3,500 or thereabout. And now he start trading. Then at the end of the day, that $3,000, he had made $7,000. He was happy. But when I checked the volume of BTC, I say it's not you that make, it's just price movement. There was normal price appreciation. You were losing value, but you didn't know. Because at the end of the day, he was having $7,000. He say he has made 100%. I say it's not true. You have wasted the money. How? Somebody used $3,500 to buy Bitcoin of 0.6 BTC. And then thereafter, he has traded and made $7,000. And I have the now to God to tell the person that he has not made any money. The reality is that the 0.63 BTC he had been trading it and wasted about 0.4 out of it. So what he has remaining was 0.23. Now, because the price of Bitcoin at that time, either he has traded or not, the money will have been about $17,000 or thereabout. No, $12,000 plus. So with the 7,000 and all the effort he has made, he ended up paying exchange. He ended up giving Binance that time a lot of money because we have what we call trading volume. The more volume you traded, the more fee you have paid to that exchange. And in Forex too, that's why they tell you that Forex, we have trading volume, not the cap. The trading cap for a day is $6 or $7.2 trillion in 24 hours. That's the trading volume. That's why there's so much money in Forex. And that's why if you are in crypto business, the fastest people that make the insane money, they don't lose. They can pay charges, are exchanges. That's why, what's his name? CZ, Binance CEO, rose very rapidly because he just need to set up a template for people. You make an order to buy, you pay commission. You make an order to sell, you pay commission. It doesn't matter if you are losing what you are selling. If you lose the trade, it doesn't matter. He's going to get that earning from it. And that's one thing you should understand. So the same thing on Forex. Brokers just need to have volume being deposited and active trading activities. The only challenge is that some brokers do well to see how people could enhance their trading because If they keep losing money, they lost their mind and then they go off. So if I give you money to trade, $500, and in a year, you come back the following year, give me $500 back without additional deposit, I can give you a guarantee that the following year you are going to do well. So go and ask many people making noise about trading today. They aren't trading, they're gamblers because they are not meticulous, because trading is mechanical. So it's easy for anybody, if, for instance, if you are building a rebate, and that's why you hear many people tell you, if you want to start trading and you want to just make money, the fastest place is for you to build affiliate. That's what we do. Rebate system. We partner with two major brokers for rebate, and they have powerful rebate, WellTrade and Capital Extend. For instance, WellTrade pay rebates per spread every day. So you are looking for daily money, come and join us on WellTrade. Market it. People use it. It's not a Ponzi scheme. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Then why Capital Extend do weekly, and at the same time, like I'm talking now, everyone who promoted, Capital Extend, WellTrade, they have been making money every day on WellTrade. But then Capital Extend is weekly. Like today's Monday, by the time you check your back office, as people are using the platform, the brokers share profit with you. It's not people's money. It's not a Ponzi scheme. And now the next is, at the end of the month, they pay you something like a salary, but they call it support. Partner support. It can be huge, from minimum of $50 to $5,000, as it were. Now, why am I giving all of these? So trading, now when you have all of those tentacles, you settle down to trade. Trade is an investment vehicle. It's not the way we look at it. So that's why if you look at what is now happening, the greatest oil well in the trading space now is copy trading. Now, the copy trading, not the gambling on. You have to now look for people who are actually trading and not gambling. And that's why Warren Buffett said, first, don't lose your capital. There's a psychological trauma associated with losing of capital. You are going to move here and there. You hear people say, I sold my TV, I sold my car, I sold this just to have another capital back. But I have discovered one thing. Every time you lose capital, chances are there that psychologically, even when you raise another money, you'll be afraid of taking a trade. True or yes? I know I'm speaking to somebody. The moment you blow your capital, if you do not have another source of income, if it's going to be strenuous way to get the money. So don't compare yourself with people who are marketing, who are maybe brand ambassador or brokers and all of that. That's what they do. So either they'll blow any account within, okay, so let's use an example. I have somebody who within my ecosystem on the rebate, not that he's so aggressive, but he has existing community who are trading, and he's making average of $3,000 to $4,000 on well trading a month. Now, if his trading capital is 500 or 1,000, and he blew it, it doesn't take him anything to recover some money from that. So don't compare yourself. So know where you stay. This is a very golden advice. So he can afford to have another money and start again. And that's why he doesn't feel it. And he can be irrational. So I'm not saying he's irrational, but I'm using a case study if you fall into such category. But you that you're coming, first you must don't lose your capital. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about, so is it invest in what you understand. So what I'm going to be talking on today is the power of compounding. The power of compounding. It's a rule. Let time turn small amount into big wealth. Let time turn small amount into big wealth. Why? Small gains add up exponentially. Early start, huge advantage. Interruptions kill growth, right? And you could say where he was talking about when he sold his shares and all of that, he interrupted the process. That's why they say time reveals, time heals. So if you allow time, but one can give you confidence of time is when you stay on a low start and then you compound. So we have gotten, thank God, in Plan B Express, we have been following us. We talked about 5 years to financial freedom via digital asset accumulation. 5 years to financial freedom via digital asset accumulation. Can you see that? So if that is the case, we now have a system. We started 90 days challenge, and we say compound an account we are doing that. The process after 90 days, we may not emphasize on that, but follow us for the next 90 days and let us see the result. But the goal is for compounding for the next 5 years. And I'm going to show you a platform for that. But let's look at how is it possible to actually compound. Remember what we're going to be talking about in all of this episode. There are many, so we're taking them one after the other. We're going to get to time. I'm going to expose you, but I've told you, if you're in our group, all the link I've sent, both on the Captex and World Trade, AI Tech, then the stock market, especially those of you in Nigeria, the stock market and all of that, you need to register. Sorry, you need to register because we are going to look at the money market, the capital market, okay? Now, I talked about bond the other time. There's a special class for that. I'm going to show you maybe before the new month start, because in Nigeria, the government bond come out the first week of every month. So not the secondary market. Anything you see after that is not, the primary source, okay? So first week of every month. So some of you who have registered with us on some of the broker, we always tell you, when we send you link, don't claim to know too much. Oh, I have too many links. Register. You are not asked to pay for registration. Okay? Nobody asks you to pay for registration. You are only asked to use it to your own advantage. Quite unfortunate. People don't pay attention to instruction. That's one of the biggest problems. So you're going to have opportunity. And now there is an offer. Now, if you look at it, there's a link like this. I'm going to send it. I look for my Avlay link on this thing I couldn't find. It's called, if you're in Nigeria and you like investing, of course you are going to like it because I'm putting you to understand why do you spread your tentacles. So this platform is a place where you see everything that has to do with Nigerian stock market. That's the capital market. Okay. So I'm going to send a link that where you register. Look at what it say unlock public offers and write with NGS Invest and all of that. Now, here you can see growth and activities of companies and all of that. So look at like equities, okay? Look at equities and some of them that did very massively well. I'm holding this stock, WAPCO, that is Lafarge, right? I have these charms, long time, and then, oh, are you serious? So the current price, it was always not growing, all right? So this one, and the other one. So you can see the performance last week was very nice and all of that. The bonds, the ETF, but that's not what we're talking about today. It's just to let you know how people are making their money. And I'm trying to encourage you to get involved in the digital portfolio. You can see that real estate is transforming. I told you the other time that why banks don't give loan is that the stock, what's it called? This market, the real estate market, we call it an illiquid market. Okay, it's an illiquid asset. Now you want to sell, it's not easy to transfer ownership. It's going to take a process, and bank have a lot of things to do. Bank deals with cash flow, and cash flow is more stronger than asset. Most persons do not understand. If you have cash flow, you now learn how to back up. Many of those who read last week, I was giving you about aspect of, about your cash flow. Book of Proverbs chapter 24 verse 27, talking about build your business first before building your house. That's what he said. He said, make your feet first before now to build your house. Now, but this is financial illiteracy for many of us. When just get one money, they say, you remember you don't have a roof over your head. What type of talk is that? Do you stay in the bush? Now, but you say, hey, if it's not your house, I say there's something you don't understand. It's better you have economic house. That is, you have homes, outlets and all the things that are generating revenue for you. That you have one bogus to impress one man that this is my mansion. What a mansion of what? So what is generating money to maintain that mansion you have built? If your mansion is not having source of generated income, it's a big liability if you do not understand. You better convert that thing. And unfortunately, they don't have economic value because you build it to your taste and not anyone will be interested in buying that fashion of house you have built. So that's why we see that today people are wising up and more mobile in their digital than being static. I've explained to you about the static nature of Does that mean that I should not invest in land property? I'm not saying that, but you build your cash flow before you now do what we call diversification into some of those property. Now, properties are actually for legacy, so they are not for you ordinarily, except for some business premises that require is a must for you to do that. Okay, so now we're looking at compounding. So I'm going to show you a calculator, and I will show you how far we have started on a platform compounding. And so to actually be an investor, you don't need so much bogus money. Let me use an example. I met a man who, let's use an example. I met a man who, when he met me, was asking me, about how he invested. So some years back, he do not understand what investment is. He even tried. Uh, there were two categories of them like that I met. I went for a conference or a workshop or training in a church, and a man was looking for money for his house rent. He do not see, and he didn't know that he was seated on heavy money. So during the IPO, just like the IPO of Dangote now may be soon generally open to general offer. So you can always see it. If you're on NGS Invest, you can see it. So after I'm going to show us how when offer comes, it can pop up there and all of that. So he didn't know that he was seated on so much money, right? With this money he was seated on, he was telling me. So when I went to that church and I was come and talk about crypto. I don't know what took me to stock, and he told me people say forget what he's saying. And I said, the worst ignorance is to reject what you know nothing about from afar and think what you think you know about something is not about that thing. You may know horizontal, you may know vertical, but you didn't know the combination. And that can actually make you lose out on fantastic opportunity. Do you get that? Just like people, when they hear about Forex, people don't know that in Forex, you can even open a trade and hold it for 1 year. So it looks impossible. I told every financial instrument, they have financial investment vehicle. Until you have that understanding, you will keep running away. Things are more digitalized, things are tokenized. Real estate are now being tokenized. Why are they tokenizing it? So that you can gain global access to it and then amass wealth of different country into that same thing. If not, if you have one real estate, let's say now you have one real estate in Ogun State and it's just domiciled there, how will people from River State get connected to it? It's through digital surface. That's why if your business, Bill Gates said something many years back. He said there are two people that will be in business in the future. He said, number one, the people who their business will be online, and the people who will not, who be out of business. Go and check. Your business does not have, online presence now. How do you move? Go and check today. How many of us still go to the park to pick things? Way bill everywhere. As your way bill come to your place, they will have dispatch riders. Why is it like that? Things are changing. So if you are still waiting for the conventional type of business you used to have, taxi people, they will tell you how market. Why? Because of different strategy, technology, expansion. So today it's about digital portfolio beyond the conventional portfolio that I've told you. Now, let me quickly go into compounding, and then I will show you we have 3 copy system. And then we have device means, and you can see strategy we use in spreading diversification. And if you're in our community, maybe I will say this. I'm not compelling you, neither am I motivating you. I'm only sharing it. I love sharing, and I will keep record. Now, what record will I keep? When I tell you that, how much can you afford to lose? It's not about language of investment. It means, what can I start with? Now, if I tell you now that you can start with a business, investment opportunity for that matter, and for the next 10 years or 20 years, this is how much you probably will be able to make. And I need to clarify or something very importantly, that when you talk about investment, forget about those jargon you hear online and different places, motivational speaker telling you all manner of things. That's why tomorrow, if you learn very well, most persons, right? If you learn very well, most persons that are being following systematic and organic or mechanical way of investing don't usually listen to when you mention certain amount of money. Are you aware of that? Okay, imagine when you go to meet Warren Buffett. and you are telling him about one jamboree of how somebody can make some amount of money, he tells you that, well, very possible, but he's not interested. It's not about you say it's possible. He just tell you he's not interested because he questioned the process. And that's one of the things we tell people is that any money you are making online anywhere, and you cannot define what generate the money. If it is this robbing Peter to pay Paul, when Mr. A deposit money to a platform, that's when you make. If I have my way, if I put money anywhere and you say it's for business. Now, we want to create expansion is a different thing, but we want to consistently move it. That means I've deposited the capital. The capital I'm using to do business. I will be running my business. True, yes. Yes. Now, either new person bringing money or not, I should be able to be generating money without any person coming in. Example, that's why I told you, trading is not gambling. Any meticulous trader who understands trading as an investment or investment vehicle, they are very, very, very strategic and organic. They don't jump around, oh, let's just make this money. They understand. You hear what Buffett say? The power of compounding. And he said the rule is, let time turn small amount into big wealth. So let's quickly show. Let me show you now very quickly, everybody, and then I'll show you platform that you can use in diversifying into using small money to spread into big amount. Okay, let's quickly go. And so we're going to use the online compounding calculator, and then you'll be able to learn, and then we'll show you how come you could make this amount of money. And I always say this, even in crypto, many persons do not understand. Like the example I was giving of a man who I met, two people of different categories. One of them invested in 2005. So take note, 2005. All right. So from 2005 till now, that's how many years? That's about 21 years, if I'm not mistaken, right? If I'm correct, please, can you just type how many years on chart, please? On the chart box, 2005 to 2025 is 20 years, right? So please, just answer me, please. 2005 to 2025 is how many years, please? Can someone help me out for that calculation? Okay. 2005. Thank you very much. 20 years. Now, while he was investing it, thank God that he does not have too much knowledge. I've told you one thing. The enemy of knowledge is knowledge. Be careful of what to know. And most times, that's why if you claim you know too much, you'll be so arrogant. And arrogant people don't go far. Trust me. Every good learner, every good leader is a good learner. So I was interacting with one man one time. He talked everything. I did not object. I listened to what he wants to say. When I was done, I said, oh, what you were trying to tell me, I'm already there. In fact, I've been there for more than 2 years. And he will look at me and say, why are you so humble like this? I said, no, it's a function of training. I've been exposed to a lot of things, understanding. If I interject you, how will I learn new things? And one of the principles of Warren Buffett, the last principle of Warren Buffett says, if you don't understand, I kept this thing on the group. If you don't understand, the last point of Warren Buffett, what he says is that he said, learn every day. He said, the rule is invest in knowledge, your best asset. So imagine I'm claiming I know. Many of you will listen to me. I often say, I'm a live student as far as business is concerned, online, blockchain technology, trading. I'm a live student. I've not gotten to a level and I say, I know it all. No, knowledge is flexible, it's dynamic. Things change. I thought about this digital space we are now about 4, 5, 10 years ago when I said things are going to be more easy and complex at the same time. Because while you are struggling to understand what internet, they say something called blockchain. And they say blockchain is the mother of the internet. That is crazy. It can do what internet has done to letter and all of that. So blockchain has come as Web3 to give to the owner right of ownership was what blockchain is all about. Beyond those hype and Ponzi stuff people do around it. You know, say, we're still struggling. You are trying to learn internet. They brought blockchain. And while you are saying, oh, it's like I begin to like cryptocurrency, or let me learn about blockchain, cryptocurrency, and all of that. If you don't know, write it down today. Crypto is no longer in the hands of the general public. It's going to be more complex. If I lie, go and check BlackRock and all the like ETF. If a time will come, some exchange you are using, you will not be able to open it. They will have stratified exchange, and you will be on tier 3 or tier 0. Unregulated exchange will be what you will be using. The regulated one will be very tough for you to use. Okay, so don't worry. I'm just trying to let you know something. Now, so at the end of the day, what am I trying to say? Investment, 20 years for this man. And one of them bought IPO of Presco. Now, write it down. He bought IPO of Presco with 50 kobo per share, 2005, 50 kobo per share. So this other man bought worth of 100,000 naira, 50 kobo per shares, and he used 100,000 to buy. As at that time, that should be how much? He has 200,000 Presco. He didn't know how. I have another person, he said he bought two that time. He used only 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira. So for you to understand investing, real investment, long term actually start from 10 years and above. Then medium term is like 5 years. All right, from 5 years, but less than 10 years, they are medium term. So what we are telling you to do compounding is a medium term. Then after that 10 years, so short term are 1 year. That's what you do with some money market, some of those treasury bills and all of that. We're going to go to all of those ones so that you understand how to spread your tentacles. And now, when this one who bought with 100,000, it was when I was talking about the other man who bought with just 10,000, I told him sell part of it and all of that, was when the other one chat with me, sir, you have been talking of Presco, the price I'm seeing, I do not understand. I remember I bought this thing in 2005, but I don't even know anything about it. I thought they say stock is dead. Don't be a victim of someone's ideology. And someone's ignorance, if he rob you, you will pay dearly for it, because when he's out, he won't tell you that I'm already out of my ignorance. You carry the ignorance of him and then pay for his own ignorance. It's the worst thing. Enlighten yourself the more. And so at the end of the day, he now contacted me. What can I do? I said, okay, what about this? He said, I don't know. So we have to do online search. And when we searched, we saw the broker and all of our Presco. I said, okay, communicate with them, go to their office and all of that. Now, let me now tell you. So if this man who bought, now if you take your calculator, I'm sure Presco is still worth about 1,900 naira per shares. I can't really say. But if this man, who bought with 10,000 naira in 2005, now he has 20,000 pieces, unit of this stock. Now, with 1,900 naira per shares right now, let me just say, that means that man is worth 38 million naira. Oh, yes, 38 million naira. Now, since it's 20 years, let's now take 10,000 naira out of that. 10,000 naira out of that. All right. So that's going to be 37,990,000 naira. Now, divide by 20 years. Come on, that's about 1.8 million naira. You can't recover, you can't define how come this man make this amount each year. It's because of time. Okay, so now let's quickly now go into the compounding. The solution were provided on the 90 days challenge. And if I go to the man of 200,000 unit, that's going to be a problem for us. You will not sleep well. 100,000 naira 20 years ago. How do you define it? Now, I don't want to talk about his dividend, because if I talk, that was going to be another problem. Now, so how do you define a man with 200,000 unit of Presco as at today, multiply by 1,900 naira per shares, if that's the price? So how do you tell such man? You are now telling that this man is seated on 380 million naira of an investment of 100,000 naira 20 years ago. Now, so let's quickly now, so we're now telling you, we want to give you investment plan. One of it, compound interest for the next 5 years. Quickly, let's go. You can start this journey from as low as $10. All right, yes, as low as $10. Okay, now let's think about it. What type of investment or business can you do with $10? Let's say it's 15,000 naira Nigerian currency. What business can you do with that now in Nigeria currently to actually make some insane money? I don't know. You can suggest. I don't know. Before you talk about the overhead cost or other things, I don't know. I don't know what business you can do. I don't know. So when I say start with $10, if that's what you can afford. And now we help you to connect to a place where you don't need to do anything. Don't lift your hands, just watch and look at the game plan. Well, that's okay. Let's say that this platform, because from what we have seen, record at least this platform you connect with, the strategy have been doing trading, instrumental trading for 2011. But I track a record myself in an independent platform, 2024, 2025, and this 2026. No losing month. Why did that no losing month really happen? Because the meticulous nature of those people, they are not trading to impress you. They are trading to obey the rules of Warren Buffett. Don't lose your capital. That's the first thing. Don't lose your capital. So if you settle down, don't lose. Somebody say only selling pure water. Okay, I don't know how many pure water you will sell. So now let's go quickly. Let's say on the worst case scenario, you can do average of 15% in a month, but that's too big even. Oh yes, it look unrealistic, but it's because of the nature of the business. But can I tell you, that's what people say is too small. Because do you know one of my mentor told me, he said, there is nobody, he said that person must have been extra professional, that there is nobody that can do 10% consistently on an account every month trading. Yeah, that's what he said. He said the highest anybody can do, very reasonable, anybody can do is to do 10%. See, when you hear about trading, it's not this gambling. No bank, no investment bank will hire professional trader to trade for them, and they will be gambling their money and say, I flip. You can flip small money. But when you are talking of millions of dollars, will you try it? No. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. You imagine you are trading with $5 million, and then 5% of $5 million will be how much? Calculate it. And that's a good deal. That's a good investment. Why do you think billionaires who have a huge capital, why do you think they patronize government bond? That's the most secure investment you can ever think about. Apart from inflation of the currency is fine. But you don't wake up and start thinking that they may run away. No, it's government. Whatever abracadabra they do around it, you are secure. That's why you see some people, they will lock in their money. Don't worry, when I'm going to be teaching about bond, you understand. Somebody with heavy capital is not looking for pump and dump. He's looking for security. Why do you think people are pumping money to BlackRock? Why do you think this last bull run that all of you were jumping? Oh, bull run has not come. It will come later. When it will come? Let me tell you, the inflow of money was not going to other coins. It only went to a few other coins. It was most retail traders that were trading other coins, like those meme coins. It was gamblers. That's why you see that some coin didn't move. Do you know where money went to? The real guys entrusted their money to the hand of Grayscale, MicroStrategy, BlackRock, and all of that. With how many percentage? That's what they were doing. So as far as money does not come there, how will the economy boost? So now, just like I told you, you were struggling to understand blockchain. They now say AI has come. So the next big thing now is not blockchain. The mother of blockchain, the mother of internet is now AI. Only God knows what is coming after AI. Bill Gates said that nowhere the people will know where the world is going and go before people come. They meet you there. Then you are landlord. In the West, they say, Enya, permit me for that vernacular. Enya bala bala nkwe baba. So he that is already seated on the stem of a tree, when you come there, you have to pay homage. If not, it won't allow you to climb. That's the reality. But of course, may the person that is on that stream know what to do, because some of us can be in the space and we are just playing jamboree, and that's exactly what happened. So let's quickly go with 15%, which is too big for me. But let me start from 10%. But from the record we have had, and we have participated and we have tested and we have failed, we have average of 15% in a month. So now 10%, and we say compounding for the next 5 years. And then your compound, because your money is too small, $10, you can only compound every month. But the result we did last week, from first 7 trading days, I saw the yes, 7 trading days did 10 point something percent of $10. That's already $1. So that means for that 1 week you could compound. But under normal circumstances, we say, okay, maybe in 2 weeks or in 1 month. So if you are compounding monthly of that, let's look at how much you will come out for. If it's 10%, that means you are going to make at least $3,000 at the end of 5 years with your investment of $10. So what percentage you will call this? This is about 30,348%. Come on, that is 30x, if I'm not mistaken. That is 30x of your money. But assuming then, we're not talking an average of 15%, and let's compound every month for the next 5 years. That's going to be $10. That's going to be $4,546. Now, assuming, okay, yes. Oh, sorry about that. This is $10, and then this is 15%. Okay. So let's go for 5 years, compounding. That's going to be $43,839 because you are compounding every month. Assuming you could be compounding every week, or you are compounding, every week. So if you compound every week in 5 years, you will be shocked to have about $69,000 to $70,000 on your $10. That's why we say, come in, spread your tentacles. That is $10. Now, can I move to $50? Now, you still ask yourself again, too, what business can I do for 5 years with $50 to amass some crazy amount of money? You can do your calculation. So there is no doubt for $50, you should be able to compound every week. Yes, you should be able to compound every week. So now, if you go weekly to compound every week, this is weekly, compounding every week for 5 years, that's going to give you average of $347,000. Compounding, all your job is every week, do the ritual. For me, it's just maybe every Saturday or Sunday, just come and compound, because trading is Monday to Friday. So every Saturday, just relax after your gym, compound, have a nice day, continue to do that in and in. Now, somebody with $100 compounding every week, so let's not even say daily, every week. So if I compound every week for $100, that's going to give average of $697,000. You hear me right? You hear what Buffett say? He said, time turn a little amount, all right, into big. Okay, so the least people who are serious, we said minimum of $250 compounding every week. That's going to give crazy amount of millions. That's going to give 1.7 million. Now, what I tell many persons, I said, if you are going to be compounding, to discipline yourself from the beginning, that amount you want to compound, don't let it be the amount you want to touch for any reason. I always try to have that discipline. Yeah, I was listening to the CEO of PiggyVest the other day, young lady, and he was talking about what motivated her for them to start. He said there are 3 of them, was that a lady put on Twitter in Nigeria and made, what do we call this? In our local dialect, call it kolo. So he made this wooden box and was saving money in it every day or whatever. So at the end of it, and that's the local way of savings that we normally do. He said when he saw the amount of money, they were motivated to say, this person is even taking risk of, what if the box did this, what if fire engulfs, certain thing, anything could happen. And then that was what motivated them to start what we call PiggyVest today. And the PiggyVest today has turned a lot of people into crazy billionaires. Okay? Yes. Somebody says, good morning, sir. Please, what do you mean by compounding weekly? I thought it's automated. No, no, no. Somebody say it thought automated. No, okay, so we're going to open it, you will see how it's done. It's not automated. Your AI tech compound interest is not automated. Every week, if you have $250, that's the minimum I actually recommend, but I do not have money. Start with $10. So there's no excuse. And there's one thing that either where did I got that? He said, is it part of what Rockefeller told him? He said, excuse is either enemy to growth or something. There's a place there they mentioned something like excuse, all right, something like that. That's we'll still get it. Excuse as something. So so that's why we say there is no excuse for anybody to think that, oh, because I do not have $250, bury that nonsense. Compound it and see the wonders that will happen. So that is one aspect. We'll just show you one aspect. Tomorrow, we'll show you the second copy. We have 3 copy system, right? One is the AI tech, and there are more business coming into the AI tech, but maximize what is that. Then the other one we have, it has to do with capture text. So if you are in our group, I make it, if you really want to follow my guide and gradual process, you need to have account on Capital Extend. It's a must. If you really want to follow the step and step of wealth building we're doing, you must have account on Well Trade because the micro strategy. Then you should have account on AI Tech. Then you should have account on any of those stockbrokers. So that means these 4 places are compulsory because we're going to talk about the stock and bonds and other investment, and that cannot be done on Forex broker. So you're going to have it. You're going to need it. So if you go back to the group now, and in fact, I use 4 brokers on stock, and I will tell you why over time. It's free. Nobody charge me because sometimes some of you thought you are very smart, you are too knowledgeable and all of that. That's why money does not recognize clever people. You work with smart people who may be dull intellectually, but they know how to obey rules. Rules is universal. It's not about born again and no. So rule is universal. Whoever apply it, it work for him. So when I give a link and say, register these 4 brokers on stock market, some people say, this is too many now. Why will I have too many broker and all of that? When I ask people to now buy Stanbic IBTC, right? When I ask people to now buy Stanbic IBTC ETF, they couldn't buy on Bamboo. So some of them have registered on Bamboo. Congratulations. They have registered on Bamboo. They couldn't buy. Some start chatting me. I'm not seeing it. As at the time they were asking me, the price of Stanbic IBTC ETF 30 was average of 700, 800, 900 naira per shares. They were asking me, oh, where could I get it? And I love Merit Trade. Merit Trade will not verify your account on time. Oh my goodness. You can't do emergency. But if you have prepared yourself, you will have been ahead of many. And then they were struggling where to buy it. And as at that time, the guy was just flying far. Within a second, far. And then by the time the Merit Trade have verified them, the price of the stock was at 7,000 naira per shares. Then some of them gave up. And then the price crashed down. I say it was going to correct down. It corrected. It came down very well. And then when they're not supposed to be buying it, they were already exhausted. They were tired. They were angry. Beg it. I don't have time. The price came down to 1,700 naira. And our scanner pick it again. Buy from this price. And the price was fantastic. Everybody, and then some persons do not see, how this and all of that. When would I like to buy again? It's not on Bamboo. Because some of those things, Bamboo may, trade both local and international, but not all of those investment schemes that are actually available in one. So that was the essence of having not only one broker for the stock, but to have at least 2, 3. So when you are looking for this, not available it is, you don't start running hectare and scatter. So what I do is that as I open my account, I make sure I deposit money in all of them, no matter how little. It's your business, ladies and gentlemen. It's your business. So when opportunity come from anywhere, it is easy for me to just pim and all of that. In fact, somebody who wanted to buy, the person came and then I say, "Have you bought this thing, Stanbic?" He said, I didn't see it. I was busy with one or two things that time. And at the time I was talking, the price was 1,500 and something, going to 1,600 and something. And I told the person, I say, the all-time high went to 1,700. I said, you know what? Wait for the thing to retrace back so that you can buy. The person told me, he said, that was not what you taught us. What you taught us was that anything we want to buy, we should DCA. Since the price has moved up, I should go ahead and buy with this price I'm seeing now, and then wait for another pullback to DCA. He said, that's what I would do. Yours truly, ladies and gentlemen, do you know that the price refused to now come down? It's from that price, that person stubbornly bought it, that it went to that 7,000 naira per shares. Okay, so let me now show you as I round up, because our time is just off already now. So the person who asked that question on the AI tech connected to, please, if you can see my screen, type 111 on the chat box very quickly, because we're wrapping up now. Type 111 on the chat box. All this link, I'm not posting it anywhere here. If you are not on our group on Telegram, the cash flow system is free. Nobody charge you. All right. Some people who are even on PBS club, they don't even maximize some of those things. So, but you can be in the water and soap will rub in your eye. Now, so look at this. Somebody was asking, I thought it's automatic. It's not automatic. Now, if I click on copy as, I'm not talking detailed. It is maybe tomorrow I'm going to be detailed about I've done a lot of videos about how to register on AI Tech, connect your account to this broker, and then to be able to do, fund your account and now trade. Okay, so now let's look at it. This is, I've clicked on copy as, and I click on follower hub, and I come to strategies. All right, I come to strategies. So let me see, are they traded today? The answer is yes. They have traded already today. How do I know? I've already seen that what was here last week was about 10 point something%. And what was there was $525. These are kind of $5,000, for instance. Now, look at each of the strategy. What do you see in their front? Reinvest, reinvest, reinvest. What did the fourth or the eighth point of Rockefeller to his son say? Reinvest or die broke. He said, live on 10% and reinvest 90%. I listened to many of us, if you're Nigerian and you dabble into real estate, you know Pastor Olumide Emmanuel, and when he was talking about how people are broke, for instance, permit me, I'm not talking about religion here, but I picked the point from him. He said, how come you are so passionate to teach people to pay tithe, but you are not moved to teach them what to do with the 90%? He said, is it wrong to actually pay tithe? He said, no. He said, but people are so religious and understand the need to pay tithe. But the one that God should preserve to amplify for you, you don't have strategy to do on how it to grow. So he said, after you pay the tithe, 10%, the 90% is yours. You ate everything without understanding what to do with it. So when you come back, you say it's a scam, because what do? You now say, I've paid my tithe after all, no devourer. But you are the one devouring the remaining 90%. You are devouring it, you are eating it. So what Rockefeller said, reinvest or die broke. And so you can now see reinvest here, reinvest. So that means if your money is very small, I'm sure maybe this like account now start from $10, and then what you want to do, you want to reinvest. So a time come even that your $10 that you are always compounding, so that this compound we do monthly is actually, that $10 is going to be more than what we compounded. Do you know why? If I have time to do the detail, you'll be surprised. So if you first compound for the first, let's say 5 months, yeah, for the first 5 months, I think that money is supposed to have doubled, if I'm not mistaken. That means your compounding will no longer be monthly, maybe like every 2 weeks. Then after another month, maybe after the first 1 year, you may be able to be compounding every week. So that means what you are calculating to save about 70 something thousand dollars or one something thousand dollars, maybe more than that. So what do? Still reinvest. You just click here, reinvest. So, okay, so reinvest, maybe network. So look at this now. You can't reinvest 25 cents. It's too small. All right. So you have to reinvest something, anything from $1 and above. Okay, could be network. So if I want to reinvest now, I should reinvest anything $1 and above. That was why we told you that the $10 cannot be reinvested every week, but it can be reinvested every month, because in a month we'll have done $1. Example, this one now is not up to 2 weeks, but can be reinvested. See what was invested, $10. I do experiment a lot. It's already 90 cents. That means before this week runs out now, it will have done $1. So what do? It's just to click. So let me check anyone that could have up to $1 to reinvest. So if I click like this, let it come in. Okay, this is 81 cents. So let's say I want to reinvest this one. Okay, so network. Okay. To reinvest on just compounding, and then the next amount you will see that will be different from what you have before. Okay, so let's say I want to reinvest on this. So you see now, because it will take the 30%. That means if I want to reinvest on this, I can reinvest $388.48. Then you now click upgrade. That's all. That's reinvestment. If you don't do, the profit will just be lying down there doing nothing when it's supposed to have been compounding for you to make more money. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is one aspect. And then continue. So tomorrow we explicit on how you activate your account. I may not go detail about that too much because I've done it in a different video. This platform is for explanation, teaching, understanding, expanding your horizon of understanding. So not technical thing. So I'm not going to send link to this place. Link will be on the group, or whoever must have invited you. You ask him, how do I get started with all of those things this guy is talking about? And then before we go further to other things, we have a lot to discuss. Remember, we said this is called what? PBS Monimatical equation. So Monimatical is our own English. So you can't question me. Whatever I define Monimatical is, we're the one that invented it. And so now, Monimatical equation is more than mathematical equation. How come many people know mathematical equation, but they are not applying it to their real life? So we want to show you Monimatical equation. And then remember, what we're still dealing with is this option, the growth pillar, which we talk about automated trading system. I will say we have 3 segments, capital extend, well trade, and AI tech. So if you are not diversified to all of them, go and do. Then after we're done with that, we're going to show you about DeFi staking, decentralized crypto. Many people that run away from crypto, I'm just looking at you and live in Swahili. Then real world real estate, real world asset. There are some cryptos now you can just buy, hold on to them, and then the reality around the real estate and other things around it. And then we're still going to talk about other set, the yield, liquidity yield in the crypto. Then before we now come into the capital market, we're going to be talking about capital market, that digital stock portfolio, and then talking about ETFs and all the like, and how you diversify to ETFs, even on your Bamboo app. So there's an ETF Bamboo app, investment diversification of the Bamboo app. Minimum you can put there is $100. And then you see the performance. Sometimes I saw there's a particular year, it was a total loss, right? That is like not money gone, but a drawdown. A particular year, 56% in a year of what a total investment you have there, because you are saying, hey, you know what? Whatever stock you are buying, be buying and selling and balancing my portfolio for me. Let me sleep. That's what you are doing. So we have different diverse plot stuff like that. We're going to be talking about them, then buy and holding, then or dividend growth and all of that. Then finally, we'll now go to the Odogu of it, which is like a backup and legacy system. All right, talking about the treasury bill, commercial papers, government bonds, most especially, and other things that you have to maximize. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end. We have exceeded 7 minutes, although I didn't start on time. I'm sorry for coming late. We have said the time is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. GMT +1. And wherever you're connected from, thank you for joining. And the next time you're coming tomorrow, ensure you come with your friends, and then you'll be able to okay, somebody say, okay, can you share the link for buying of shares? Oh, okay, stocks. Okay, no problem. I have always been doing that. And what I would still encourage some of us to, if you're on our group, please pay attention to information, especially if you are on the PBS Club group. So because there's a stock portfolio section there, there's crypto portfolio section there. So please, I will urge us to maximize things, available there. On the general group, you can say, okay, other information must have come, but definitely I will share the link for register the brokers, verify. Must I fund immediately? No, but you already have an idea that, okay, when opportunity come and all of that. There are so many stocks we have make a lot of money on, so much, but how many people actually maximize those stocks, as it were, apart from we trade and then give signals, say, okay, buy this and all of that. But so many stocks have done marvelous way. Even this one I was still talking about is still doing well. That is Stanbic, right? Stanbic, IBTC, right? 30. That's the ETF, right? That is so it's still 4,000 naira per shares. And then I told you that after we bought, and I told some persons can take profit when it went to 7,000 naira per shares. And then you saw that it crashes down to this 1,700. We bought, and then we're waiting for maybe another retracement happened here. Then another buy and all of that, and more stock like PZ now. Then, like I said, Zenith Bank will be paying dividend this week or so. No, next month. I think MTN will be paying this week. Though if I check my broker, and I will see MTN, and then what's this other one? Boa Cement, Lafarge, and all the like. These are the kind of strategic thing we always encourage people to do. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Do have a nice time. Should you have any question, if you are not on our group, I think perhaps I could just send the group link, the Telegram, because we'll be more super active on Telegram, because we know that WhatsApp can be very crowded with so much information sometimes. And so you make sure you join our Telegram group so that you can have access to vital information, and it's open. You can ask questions, okay? You can ask questions on the group, so nobody limits you not to talk on the group, okay? So I'm going to paste it on the chat section. Then you can just click on it and join the general Telegram group so that you can ask questions, and then, you'll be attended to appropriately. All right, thank you very much. So those of us who are traders, by 11 a.m., we're coming back for scalping. I think we are still using the same link. Okay, so Precious, extract the link and repost to all the groups for live scalping and trading. But I'm sure for anyone who is on our group, on our Telegram, on the Cash Flow Solution Club, definitely you're supposed to have, what's it called? You're supposed to be in buying of some, like gold, you're supposed to be in buy by now. And on, what's this one called? Yes, on gold and euro, AUD, USD are supposed to be on buy. This guy have been so stubborn. I told you guys that if you stop here, you come back again. So, but let's watch the drama we do after all. Remember, today is Monday. Volume can be very, very slow. And so don't be quick to close your trade or trying to add or jump to a different instrument. If you have entered one position, stay there and watch how it happens. If it has moved very well, take profits at some level and trail your stop loss. That will help as much as possible. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Do have a nice time. God bless you. Love you all.